Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I have a quick legal update for you as it pertains to Ripple and XRP, and this is not regarding the SEC lawsuit. It's easy to forget that Ripple's getting sued by everyone that exists. So, this is actually covering the Zakinov case, which predates the SEC lawsuit by, I think, at least a couple years. If memory serves, this case, I want to say it was 2018 when this came down. But here's the headline from CoinGape. Ripple case update. Judge sets public Zoom hearing on summary judgment and testimony. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice, and you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. And it's easy to forgive people, by the way, who, upon seeing this headline on crypto media, as many did, this was heavily circulated on social media platform X, for example, easy to forgive people for assuming that this would have something to do with the SEC lawsuit. And if you go and look at the comments, it is kind of funny. That's what pretty much everybody assumed. But here you have attorney Mark Fagel, who used to work at the SEC. He noted the following on X. Note to all deeply confused commenters, this is a private class action lawsuit. Nothing to do with the SEC case, which was resolved on summary judgment a year ago and is now awaiting a remedies ruling, followed by a likely appeal. Right. And so it will be interesting to see how this all goes down. I've been wondering for a while because obviously with Judge Torres blatantly stating that XRP itself is not a security, that's not something that's good for this case. I mean, it's good for Ripple. So anyway, piece reads as follows. In the latest update in the class action lawsuit against Ripple Labs, judge has set a public hearing on multiple motions to exclude testimonies of witnesses and motion for summary judgment. All counsel, members of the public, and media can attend the hearing on Zoom on May 30th. So folks, that's right. You listening, if you so choose, you actually are allowed to hop on this thing via Zoom and hear everything as it's happening in real time. Anyway, piece continues. In Ripple Labs, Inc., Zakinov v. Ripple is set for a public hearing on May 30th as per a court's video conferencing schedule. This will be a key hearing that could have implications for SEC v. Ripple, as earlier stated by XRP lawyers, including Fred Rispoli. The judge has set a Zoom hearing the public can attend. The court will likely make decisions on multiple motions to exclude testimonies, as well as a motion for summary judgment. Plaintiff alleged that Ripple violated federal and California state securities laws by selling XRP as unregistered securities and unfair business practices. The lawsuit was filed 2 years before the SEC v. Ripple Labs lawsuit. The public can watch proceedings on motion hearing RE 318, a motion to exclude testimony of Alan Schwartz, 323, motion to exclude testimony of Professor Joel Seligman. 325, motion to exclude testimony of S.P. Kothari and Laurentius Mariulis, hashtag nailed it. 326, motion to exclude testimony of Stephen P. Feinstein. 327, motion to exclude testimony of Jeremy Clark. 328, motion to exclude testimony of Safedin Amus. Probably butchered that name too. Judge Phyllis J. Hamilton, now that one I can pronounce, also rule on the motion for summary judgment. And so it's covered here, but attorney Bill Morgan, who I fairly frequently highlight on the channel, he had an interesting comment on this. So check this out. Pro-XRP lawyer Bill Morgan said a motion refers to excluding the testimony of Alan Schwartz, executive chairman of Guggenheim Partners. Schwartz was permitted by Judge Annalisa Torres to give evidence in the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit. So, it's just a question of would it be any different in this lawsuit, and if so, I'm curious as to why. Piece continues. Moreover, the summary judgment in the Zakinov v. Ripple case is crucial for the Ripple v. SEC lawsuit, as the SEC could leverage it in multiple lawsuits, such as Binance and Coinbase. Experts believe the regulator will appeal past decisions by Judge Torres after the remedies phase. Yeah, and so I understand that not every ruling that happens in crypto is necessarily binding, but whether it's binding or not, judges still are aware of everything that's happening in the entire crypto sphere. So it's everything that happens in every case is going to impact pretty much every other case, even if to a small degree. I believe that is a general concept. Maybe there are some instances where that wouldn't be the case, but broadly speaking, yes. And so, obviously, I mean, it seems obvious to me. I'm not pretending to be a lawyer here, but like I said a few minutes ago, I just don't see how this case goes forward, and actually, the people in the Zakinov case actually get what they want, because you know what actually happened here. These are people who owned XRP for like a week and a half or 2 weeks. So they bought it as it was ramping up because they're idiots, just like complete noobs when it comes to investing, apparently. And then a week and a half later, they sell it at a loss. And it was like a matter of hundreds of dollars, which is already fishy. Like, why are you doing this? Like, to what end is this going to be worth your while? Like, to bring this suit against? But they did it. They did it. But it's there's no way that these people are being genuine. They're just trying to see if they can get something. To me, it's tantamount to theft. That's just my personal opinion here. Anyway, piece continues. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse sparked speculations with his recent comments on the SEC lawsuit, crypto market predictions, crypto nonpartisanship, XRP victory, and potential upcoming Black Swan event. Garlinghouse believes the SEC will lose in the long run, despite appeals and other arguments. Yeah, and so they're referencing a podcast where Brad Garlinghouse spoke, and I'm sure a lot of you checked it out. It was probably close to an hour ago. I can't remember what the podcast name is now. But one of the things Brad Garlinghouse said that was very fascinating and caused a lot of drama in the world of crypto is that he said, yeah, the United States government is absolutely coming after Tether. That's going to happen. That shoe will drop. I wouldn't be surprised if he's right. I don't know if Tether's actually doing anything wrong. I'm not going to make that claim. I think it's fishy that they're not totally transparent about what they're doing. I've been saying that literally for years. Hopefully, if that's going to happen, I personally would prefer if it's, over a year from now, once we're back in a bear market territory, could you just please wait and let that mark the bottom? I would definitely appreciate that. And so anyway, also shout out and credit to my fellow XRP YouTuber Crypto Eddie for sharing some of this information. It's on your screen right here. She's just letting people know, hey, you absolutely, if you so choose, on May 30th, you can hop on the Zoom call and see what happens in real time, and I'm sure a ton of people absolutely will. I remember in the SEC v. Ripple case, anytime there was an opportunity for people to listen in, the phone lines, it was absolutely slammed. So the first time that happened, there was a limit of, I'm pulling from memory, could be wrong, but I think it was like 100 people could get on the call. Well, that filled up way before it even started. So then they increased that, I want to say, to 4,000. And every time they had one of those public hearings, that got tapped out. 4,000 wasn't enough. So obviously tremendous interest here. And I think that was really telling, and I think helped Judge Torres to understand the degree to which we, as regular XRP holders, really needed her help. I think that really resonated with her. So anyway, all that to say, this is another opportunity. And by the way, here's the actual quote from Attorney Morgan. He wrote, interesting that it refers to a motion to exclude testimony of Alan Schwartz, who gave evidence that was permitted by Judge Torres and SEC v. Ripple. Yeah, so we'll see if it's any different, but that's it. That's the latest update. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo.